Boom. Kia ora everyone, what's up, and welcome back to another episode of Horis Tell Stories. It's been a while. We got the Pong in the building, we got Coach Joe, and we got a special guest, ex-Wallaby, Waratah Force, cowboy player, NRL, Doggies, legend. Hey,
anymore?
Hey.
I don't know
Hey,
about
the
that.
man's been around Japan, or just got back from Japan, and that's our bro Curtis Rona. Welcome, brother.
Jerk us.
Thanks, boys, for having me on.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, thanks for coming, bro.
Welcome, brother.
Thanks for coming. How's it been anyway, being back?
Yeah, it's been alright, been back for a month now in Perth, and just trying to get our kids settled in school, and Mrs. has to get a job now, so
Yep.
she's she's we're all trying to transition at this stage, but it's good to have family around. Had my niece's birthday yesterday, so all the kids got to hang out, which was cool. You know, like that. Those are the things that you kind of miss when you're away from family. The celebrations, the weddings and birthdays and that. So it was good that the kids got to hang out with their cousins.
Mean, bro, because you've been away for a long time, eh? Like, how long have you been away from Perth, bro?
Oh, well, I left in 2019. I left Australia. I was in Sydney before that, so I haven't been back in Perth since probably 2017 or something like that. So, yeah, we got to experience cool parts of the world, London, Tokyo, Sydney. So it's been a bit of a journey as yet, but we've really enjoyed being away from Perth, I guess. But like, it's good to come back here and see family, like I said, and have some beautiful memories and create them together. Yep,
awesome, bro. Tell us about your time in Japan. How was that, bro? Because I've been to Japan, and it's I could live there. Like, their country is unreal, bro. Like, they make life seem so simple and easy. Everything's convenient. Everything's an experience as well. Like, tell us about your time in Japan, bro.
So I spent 3 seasons at Mitsubishi Dynaballs, and we absolutely loved it. Like you said, like, you want to live there. And I was actually gutted that I left. I almost shed a tear when I was leaving. The kids loved it. The wife loved it. I loved it. If I could live there forever, I would. 100%. Basically, like, everything's so safe there. Like, the kids walk to school. They can go to the shops by themselves, like the Konbini, like, the 7-Elevens that they have everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken karaage and egg sandwiches.
Egg sandwiches. Joe been there, cut those out.
They're off now.
But yeah, like, everything's so accessible. The trains, they run every 2-3 minutes. They're never late. The people just beautiful, like they just the culture that they have embedded in them is all about honor, respect, and it goes through the generations. Like, it's not just the old generation, like we see here, like, a lot of people were a bit different to, the 2 generations beforehand. So everyone just like shows each other with the respect. It doesn't matter if you work for say McDonald's or you work for Toyota CEO. It doesn't matter. Everyone's treated the same there. So
And that's mean, that's what you kind of need in every everyday lifestyle in all countries. But they, how did the family kind of transition with the schooling and stuff like that? Was it a bit difficult for the kids and stuff like that, being a family man and all? Or
100%. Like, we come from London. Safa, my eldest daughter, she was at school pre-primary over there, and then we moved to Japan, and she got a bit of a culture shock, and so all of us did. Like, they don't really speak English there, to be honest. They're very traditional, and if anyone's been to Japan, like, they know that it's very hard for them to communicate with you, but they'll do everything they can to help you. So when we went to Tokyo, the kids went to Japanese school, so it was a proper sink or swim, So they handle it pretty well. Like, the first month, I think my eldest was very upset for the first month. She was eating lunch in the principal's office, but then after that month, you just seen so much growth in her. Right? You honestly seen her. She was interacting with the kids. She was speaking Japanese like fluent. Like, now, she can just proper have conversations, and it just buzzes me out. She can read and write.
The young mind, eh?
Yeah, what it can do, bro, straight up.
And that's what they say. They say, like, when they're at that age, their brain's just a sponge, and they just absorb everything. And that's what That's what all 3 of them did, to be honest. And they loved the system, how it kind of operated. like they all went to school and they had like mean feeds for lunch, and like the kids are all provided like free healthcare, free like everything.
Is
like
it true
food.
they have nap time, or am I looking at the wrong videos on the kids have nap time at school or something like that? Do they have, or is that China or something?
Oh, I don't trust your algorithm
Yeah.
anyway, bro.
So I was having nap time during maths, bro, at school. But yeah, no, I might have seen something wrong, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
no.
yeah, like I think they did. So when they go to like Yochien, which is like pre-primary, they do have naps during the day. But once they go to like a age, like I think it's like shogako, which is like 7 and older, then they don't
Yeah,
nap.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, the kids absolutely loved the transitioning, and like I said, I mentioned earlier, just like how everything just operates. It just operates smoothly. You know, like everyone just has that utmost respect for each other, and it's something that you need to see it. You need
Yeah.
to see it,
Yeah.
honestly, because it's just something you have to go to visit in Japan and see it.
it's quite special too to be able to give your kids that kind of opportunity, like something we'd only probably dream of as kids. But I guess when the kids get older too, they'll look back and be grateful for those moments and memories that you made as a whānau as well. So yeah, wicked.
100%.
You spoke about it, how they do everything they can to help you. Like I remember when me and my missus went there, like we jumped off, we like walked out the airport to the train station. We were lost, bro. And the locals
Standard.
like they like knew straight away we were struggling. And one guy just come up and he was like, "Where are you going?" And we were like, "Oh, here." He was like, "Okay, follow me." He took us to our train stop, told us to jump on another train, and then he just jumped on the train and went back to where he just come from. Like, you know, you didn't have to do that, but that's the kind of people that they are.
Yeah, exactly. And like you can see that, like if you were to leave your wallet behind, you know, you leave your wallet on a table and you're in the middle of Tokyo, no one's going to go grab it and steal it. You know, those are sort of different, you know, scenarios that you get. Beautiful people, they go out of their way for you. And everyone needs to go visit Japan if they haven't.
100%. All right, let's touch on the rugby, bro. The reason why you were there, like how was the rugby over there in Japan?
Yeah, the rugby was obviously it's building.
Yep.
It's definitely building. They, like you've seen in recent years when Japan beat South Africa in 2015 World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, that was a special one for them. And I think that sort of
Who was the bro that scored in the corner?
Who was
The
it?
Kiwi fella, number 11.
I don't know.
I think he was a Māori fella.
I don't know.
Oh, I forgot what his name is.
Is he the Fijian? No, not
Nah,
the Fijian.
nah,
do they?
nah. Forgot what
I
his
don't know,
name was.
bro.
Sorry, bro.
No, that's all good. That's all good. I forgot his name as well. But I think that sort of just, I don't know, slingshot the rugby world in Japan. And you see all the big stars that go there now. So you get your Aaron Smith, you know, you get your Bowden Barretts and
Richie Moanga.
You get
Shibasakis.
yeah, that's it. Get them over there, you know. So you can see that they're trying to level up the league. They're slowly getting better and better as a national team.
Yep.
But yeah, I just think it was a cool place to experience. I honestly got to play against some quality players, like Peter Steph-Toit, you know, World Player of the Year. Like you get to play against some like Joey Manu and that all these players that want to go experience the Japanese league and the lifestyle and the culture. So it was an awesome experience for the 3 seasons I was there. And if I could have stayed there, I would have 100%.
How come you didn't stay?
So I was talking to Joe about this earlier. So there's like a category system in Japan. People don't realize it, but there is one.
Yeah.
So you have category A, B, and C. So just to break it down quickly, category A means you're Japanese qualified. So if you've lived in Japan for 5 years or longer, you're a Japanese national for eligible. And then category B is like you're just a foreigner before the 5 years, so you're a foreigner. And then category C is like international, so that's all the people I mentioned earlier. So there's 3 categories, but you're only allowed 3 categories C's in your team. So each team, so like Toyota had, I don't know, like who they have this year? They had like Michael Hooper and
Yep.
stuff like that. So all the different teams have different category A, B, and C's, but predominantly you're only allowed 3. But Rico had 4 this year because it was an injury cover. So technically, it's very hard to get into the Japanese market as a category C. So I was quite fortunate, quite lucky. So
Because you're a category C, obviously, international.
yeah. Well, washed up international, but it was pretty awesome. Like just to be able to be considered, because like I said, I mentioned it's very hard to do that, and you're only allowed 4 foreigners on the field. So if you've got 3 category C positions in your team, then they play each week, and then you only get 1 out of the category Bs. But you're only allowed 10 category Bs, but you can have 3 category Cs, so you could have 7 category Bs, if that makes sense, and then 3 category Cs. And then you can have as many Japanese as you want. So that's why you see a lot of the Tongans and a lot of Samoans, Fijians, they all go to high school over there.
Yeah,
so
right.
then they do the 5 years earlier before they become eligible. So it's just a smarter system for them. So like one that gets a degree, and then it gives them opportunity to play rugby and get paid for it. So you're talking about big companies, you know, like Canon, Toyota, you know, Yamaha, just
Panasonic. and all that.
Panasonic. So
All the cash.
all the monies, you know. So they're going to obviously bring over all the Islander boys and then give them probably a leg up, you know, in life.
Yep.
And then like everyone else is doing, like if you look at New Zealand Rugby Union, and they're all doing it as well. So in Australia, so yeah, Japan's just sort of seen that as an opportunity to get some players. And if you see in their team now, they've got a lot of foreign nationals, but they all qualify through eligibility.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, bro, like the whole high school, where did yours start, bro?
Yeah, so
Where did your high schooling start?
ACC.
ACC, what? Yeah, so I went to Arranmore Catholic College in Leederville. It was an awesome experience with the rugby program that they have there, and they continue to have it now.
Rugby union, eh? Was it
rugby,
your main code?
Yeah.
Is that what you had your aspirations or your dreams set on, or you just enjoyed the game?
I enjoyed both. So rugby league and rugby union are on par. Like I
same.
I love both of them. You know, like if you gave me a good game of rugby union, you'd be like, yeah, okay, and I like rugby union. But then if you give me a good game of rugby league, you're like, oh, yep, I like rugby league. So it's hard to separate the two. Do I miss league? 100%, for sure I do. Just the build up and how, you know, the sort of entourage, sort of what they're doing now, you can see through like social media and the kid, like you can see that all the new crops coming through with the podcasts and stuff like that. It's very cool. It's a very I guess a bit of a vibe at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, like back to the question, the high school. Like I went to Arranmore. I graduated there in 09. Yeah, 09. Shit.
Yep.
So I graduated in 09.
Old dog.
I know,
Old dog.
You know, we had some awesome players coming through, like my age group and the years above and below. Like there's always been a strong presence of rugby in Arranmore, and before rugby union came there, they had the rugby league program. So they've always been affiliated with both codes. But now that the Bears are coming in, you might see both spring up at Arranmore. So
It'd be silly not to.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a massive opportunity for rugby league in Western Australia, and I think if schools don't capitalise on this, like I think you're missing out on a good opportunity.
So you obviously graduated in 09, bro?
Yeah.
Who was first to the punch, league or rugby?
That's a good question. So I was playing, obviously when you grow up, you know, you get to play league on a Sunday, you get to play rugby on a Saturday. Yeah. So, or union on a Saturday. So
When the body could handle that, eh?
when you're still
16,
fresh.
17, bro.
So,
Yeah.
So basically come through, and then you have to start thinking about representative teams, right?
Yeah.
So you go, when you're junior, when you're young, from like, I don't know, under 6s to probably under 12s, right? You're doing union and league, Saturday, Sunday. Then you get to the stage where you're like, okay, rep teams that come up under 15, 16, 17s, right? Those are probably, they are crucial. Like I'll admit, they are crucial. That you know, you give yourself the best opportunity to perform in the representative teams, because that's where the scouts come in. Yep. That's where your recruiters come in from. Yep. Rugby or from union and league. So I played rugby up I played rugby in juniors in Wanneroo.
Yep.
I played 15, 16, 17s there. And then I changed to league from the middle of 17. So when I was halfway, like when I was nearly 18, I played SG ball for the WA Reds.
Cool, which was a quite a new opportunity for Perth at the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It was like an inaugural team trying to kind of, I guess, rejuvenate rugby league in Western Australia.
Who was the coach? Was that Greenie?
Yeah,
Greenie?
it was Greenie.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
man.
Good man.
Very
Tough
good
man.
Very good man. Tough man, yeah, 100%. He's a good fella. I still, today, like, he's probably one of the reasons why I've progressed in my career.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had Andrew Corn, who was at South Perth as well, and
Yeah,
with
Corny,
Greenie.
yeah.
And,
Another good coach.
Good fellas, good
Yeah.
coaches, tough,
Yeah.
but fair. Basically, they sat me down. Sorry.
You're right, bro.
I brought the kids in today, guys.
Kids are here finally.
Kids in the
just
background.
Kids are here.
elephants in the room.
Daddy
They need a-
daycare.
They need a koi, they need a mimi. They
We've got you covered. We've got you covered.
I've got my 3 kids here. Guys. Sorry. So yeah, back to what I was saying about that pinnacle moment, I guess, when my attitude was out the gate. Like my head wasn't focused, it was blurred. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have a mindset. I didn't have motivation. at
What do
the
you put
time.
that down to?
I think I didn't have the right support around me.
Mentors, eh?
Yeah,
Mm.
I didn't have the right. For me, I was like, I don't know what I was doing. I was a bit lost, like a puppy. I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
That's no one's fault as well, eh,
No,
bro?
it's
It's
no
just
one's
sometimes
fault.
you have a bit of luck or...
Yeah, I think it's definitely important to have your family around you and good friends around you. Like I was just skin on the bears and just
As you
didn't
do,
take
bro.
rugby serious
Yeah.
and like like there's no chance. But when like I said, like making those rep teams, like I played WA State under 15s, 16s and that, but like I didn't get put into like the elite academies. So when I didn't get picked in the elite academies, I was like, I sort of lost my motivation, but I went the complete opposite, like now you should probably try to work harder to get into those academies. And I wasn't taking it serious, and like I didn't have that support around me, I guess, at the time. I was just hanging out with the wrong people and doing the wrong things. And then I just didn't have that mindset and motivation at the time. And then we sat down with the coach, like I mentioned, and he said to me, he goes, mate, look, we're going to pick a squad next week. We know you're the best player on the team. Like that, we're not going to make it. It's pretty known. But at the time, my attitude and my motivation wasn't there. And he said, mate, you got a week to change our minds. So I thought in that moment, I was like, fuck, I better fucking do something about this. If I really want to take this serious, I'm 17, if I really want to progress somewhere in life, in my rugby career, then I better listen to him. So I trained hard that week. I rocked up on time or before, because before that I wasn't even fucking on the training. Like I was just rocking up like willy nilly.
Yeah.
As you do. When you're about 35 or 36, like. So I took it quite serious after we had to sit down with the 2 coaches, and then they announced the team, and I was waiting for my name to be called out, and I think it might have been 28 players in the squad or whatever they named that day, and I was the last person named. So yeah, it was probably like, yeah, I can still remember it, like really emotional, really, because like I didn't have that support, like I mentioned. So when they gave me the opportunity, I took it, and then progress from there. We played NRL debut. Oh, it wasn't an NRL debut, but it was a game that was played here. It must have been the Dragons and somebody else. Might have been Eels, Parramatta Eels or Dragons played here in 2010, and we were the curtain raisers for that game. And we played Balmain, and we beat them.
Is it HBF Park?
Yeah.
I watched that game.
Yeah. So that was So that was a really good start to our sort of season, but then we only won one game that year, and it was a tough season. But in that moment, I got to play in front of scouts, recruiters, NRL players, NRL coaches.
Eyes. A lot
exactly.
of eyes.
And that was the exposure I needed, and that was it. From there, after that first game, I had 4 or 5 clubs interested in me. You had Canberra Raiders, Bulldogs, Roosters, and there was someone else that I can't remember off the top of my head that wanted to sign me straight away. And that was a massive telling point in my career, because before that I didn't have, like I mentioned, the motivation and all, and the right people around me. And then after that game, my phone was blowing up, and the coaches was explaining to me, goes, mate, we knew you had it in you. We just needed you to commit. And that was massive for us. That was a massive moment for me. And then, I signed on to the Roosters for 3 seasons, under 20s. So I moved across there, and then...
It was when Toyota Cup was hissing, eh?
Yeah, that was when it was in its prime, and I got to play with some awesome players.
Yeah.
But I think that was probably one of the telling points in my career, is when I had those two sit me down and give me the opportunity to make a choice.
Yeah. Oh,
It was just
awesome, bro.
Greeny and Corny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Crazy.
I know the sort of people they are, and to hear them have those sort of conversations with yourself, help push in the right direction. Yeah, awesome to hear.
Mm.
Well, I think the other thing was I was looking at, because I wasn't picked in the Western Force Academy, and then I took it the wrong way and was kicking stones and didn't have someone probably helping me, going, you know what, if you just keep training, stick at it, something else might come around. You don't know what's around the corner.
Did you really know what position you were in rugby though?
So when I played rugby, growing up, I played 15 and 13. So those are I was always a back. And then when I moved to the league, I started in the centres, and then they seen that I was a bit more rangy and not as fast, so they put me in the back row.
Hui. A bit more mahi.
Yeah, that's it, eh? So they put me in the back row. So I played the whole SG ball in the back row. And
then, right.
And then sometimes I'd switch into centres if we had injury and stuff like that. So I'd move in and fill in centre here and there, and then somehow I started from back row centre to playing NRL, starting on wing. So it can be done, people. It can be done.
Yeah. Who else is there? I think guys like Luke. Was it Luke Lewis? Obviously he's a back row, but wing, centre.
Yeah.
Back row, last man.
The Ruben Wiki, bro, started on the wing, ended up in the front row. You got
That's all
Still
the way to the
knocking
front.
cats out.
Folding cats.
All right, bro. So, you had your time at the Roosters, and then you go on to sign a NRL contract, and that was with the Cowboys. Yep.
Yeah. I signed up with the Cowboys. So when I finished my 3 seasons, I got to play with Dylan Napa, Tai Tuivasa, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. There was a few others that have progressed in their career. So I got to play with some quality players, and then after that season, I signed with the Cowboys for 2 years and moved up to North Queensland and lived in Townsville. That's when my family decided to come join me, and They moved over, and they've been in Townsville ever since. So they've been over there for 10 plus years at the moment. Yeah, so they moved straight from Perth when I got the NRL contract, and they come over and supported me. And so while this was happening, my wife, as now, she's been there from the day one as well. So she's been a massive part of this, and she's been a key role in everything I've accomplished. And so a little shout out to the wife.
Gotta do it, bro.
Gotta do it, bro. Sure, brother.
So, so I moved up to North Queensland, got to play with JT.
JT, bro. Unreal.
Queensland jersey.
Fuck, he's the man. He's one of my favourite players there, fella.
Bro, how was it like playing with someone like that, who's considered, arguably the greatest halfback, of all time? It must have, I guess, helped you not only as a player, but gain more confidence as well, would you say? Or
Yeah. So when I signed there, like you're rubbing shoulders in under 20s with like Roosters NRL players, and
Yep.
you see them around the environment, and you're like, fuck, like, these guys are like your idols.
Yeah. Hard.
Especially someone from Perth. Like, there's not really a pathway,
Nah.
but now there is. There's going to be one. So, like, you know, like I was talking to Joe about this before. Like, now that there's going to be a pathway for union and league, it's going to be great for the game and more opportunity for young kids now.
Yep.
So people are going to be having that opportunity that I probably was fortunate to get, but like it's going to be there in front of them now instead of me having to move over to the East Coast.
Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for the Bears to kick into the season and roll on. So yeah, and then moving and rubbing shoulders with like JT and being involved with like Matty Bowen and
that combination, bro, was
you know, just lethal players. And every time I went to training, like I just had, like, I don't know, had butterflies, I guess, going in there, knowing that I'm going to be potentially playing with these guys one day. Something, you know, like you grow up and you watch footy and you dream about it, and you like have like all these, this is going to happen and whatnot. But sometimes, like when you're there, you're just like, you know, this guy's like unreal. He's going to be immortal soon. Yeah. So his knowledge of the game, his style of play, it was great to be a part of.
Yeah.
And he was just so calm. Like every time there was a situation, he always picked the right option as well. If he had 10 options, he would pick the right one.
Yeah.
And that's why he, arguably, you know, one of the best halfbacks in the game. And
what position were you playing at this time, bro?
I was playing wing.
Winger?
So I was playing Q Cup there for the Mackay Cutters, which is the feeder club at the time. I was playing centre there, and then when I debuted on the wing.
Against
Manly, actually.
Where?
Yeah, so
in Townsville?
Nah, down in Gosford. We played down in Gosford. My family all flew down to watch it, and we unfortunately lost by like 6 points or something like that. But I got to score a try, which was a pretty special moment. Yeah. Cool. It was pretty cool, and I got a photo of JT hugging me there. So I was like, yeah, baby, JT. It's my boy. It's my boy. But yeah,
is he a traditional halfback, and does he give the boys a good spray?
Oh yeah,
because I'm hearing
100%.
halfbacks do that often, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
100%. He's like, mate, why don't you fucking catch the ball? You know, like fucking hit this hole, and like he'd have seen the game before we could all see it, and that's why he probably won 8 in a row. You know, so he was years ahead of the halfbacks. Like even now, like you don't really see many halfbacks dominate the game like he did. You know, like him and Cooper Cronk. Like you don't see them. You know, Cleary is, you know, he's been injured, but as of late, but he's probably on par as well. But there's not many. If in the NRL, if you think about like there's how many teams now? 17 teams?
Yeah.
And there's probably only 4 or 5 decent ones.
Yeah.
So
no, you're right.
There's not many that have his sort of ability, I guess.
It's almost like a dying breed, bro. Like
the halfbacks.
The halfbacks.
There's a proper shortage.
Yeah.
Huge shortage
of natural halves, bro.
Genuine.
There's genuine.
There's all these second rowers coming through, bro, and you know, second rowers and props and that, but yeah, halves.
They get a good spray, the old halves, eh? There's only 4 or 5 really top quality.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because that comes down from coaching and being able to read the game or playing or have a high IQ playing high level football. Yet we've still not got 17 solid first grade halves.
Yeah, bro.
That's wild, eh?
Yeah.
Little generals.
Wait a second, we got a halfback here though.
Yeah, bro. I give good sprays too, bro.
Oh yeah.
Little tanties on the field, eh? Seen a couple of tanties actually Neff on the field.
Hey, I just see the game, you know, ahead of you fellas, bro. You got to stay up, bro. You got to stay up. Okay, bro. So you spent your 2 years, did you say, at Cowboys, and then I know you won a nines comp as well, the very first nines comp, bro. That was good to see.
Thank you.
And then you went to the Doggies, bro, where you became a bit of a household name. Yeah.
So then, like, obviously, I kind of moved down to Sydney. You know, I got an opportunity from Des Hasler and
Mr. Beetroot Juice.
Beetroot juice, eh?
So I had an opportunity to go to Canberra or the Dogs. So it was quite funny because it was the same teams that were kind of interested in me when I was playing at 17, but this time I was like 22, 23. So like they still keep an eye on you, they still keep an eye on your progress. So don't think like, people out there that, might not, like you might decline the offer, but then they're still going to want you maybe further down the track or down the line. So that was quite fortunate. So when Des called me up and he was like, "Hey mate, it's Des Hasler here," and I was like, I was like, what the heck? I was like, this is not Des Hasler. And he goes, "Yeah mate, it's Des here. I'm just wondering if you're coming down, mate." And I was like, what the heck? These guys are playing like a grand final in a couple of weeks. Like, I said, why is he calling me? And then he was like, "Yeah mate, I'll give you a good opportunity, mate. You just get down here and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, eh?" And I was just like, I couldn't say no to him, you know. So at the time I was like, Des has, his resume speaks for himself. Great coach, one of the tough nail coaches, tough player as well. But I couldn't say no to him, and the opportunity came up, so I took it. Went down there, had probably the best season of my career in league. Got a couple of tries here and there.
Top try scorer, was it Simi?
Yeah, so he got one more than me in the regular season, but then we equalled on par, so we both finished because I played finals and he was playing for shitty Parramatta. So
That's right.
We ended up on the same, but in the regular season, that's when it counts, I guess. But yeah, I was fortunate enough to get a couple meat pies there, and then the next season, had to cut those meat pies in half. But I was playing centre as well, so I was
putting them away, bro.
Putting
your outsides away.
Yeah, I was just doing the offloads and stuff like that. Putting my wing away, like you said. But I loved it down there at the Doggies for the 2 years, and then now looking back, I probably should have just stayed for a few more seasons. But also looking at like how their seasons went after we all kind of left, it was probably a good time to get out because they were in a rebuilding stage after that. After I left, they lost so many players, and they lost obviously they lost coach a year after that. Lost a lot of the big boys like Sam Cassiano and Frank Pritchard and stuff like that. So it's only now you're seeing them after 6 or 7 years starting to be a dominant team as they once were. So. Yeah, I thought I probably got out in a good time, but I only took that option because the Western Force had a deal on the table, and I wanted to come home. We just had a daughter, my oldest now, so it was just only right at the time that we came in. I wanted to have a crack at rugby union. Obviously, I played for the juniors, and then had opportunity, and I just took it. So we came back to Perth for this season. It was good. I was involved with the Wallabies, and Michael Checker was a coach at the time. And
another good coach, bro.
He's a bit of a fuckwit, I'll be honest. Sorry, guys. But he's.
I love the honesty, bro.
Yeah,
we had someone else say that on the potty once too, didn't we?
Yeah. So he was all right. He's not. I think he's a good short-term fix. If you've seen, he comes in and he fixes it next 2-3 seasons, then that's him done. Yeah, so if you look at what he's done when he came to the Waratahs, in 2 years he won it, and then just recently actually he made the grand final.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, eh?
And that was in his first season. So like I said, he's like a very good short-term fix. Yeah. Then he came to the Wallabies, got them into the grand final, or to the World Cup final, sorry. And then that was like, okay, well, he was a short-term fix in, and then it sort of went backwards after everything sort of folded out with Izzy and stuff like that. So obviously, it's a bit of drama there. But yeah, he's a good short-term fix. Even he did the Argentinian team, and they had a couple of good wins and upsets against, I think, the All Blacks. So like he's involved in the short-term game. He's very good in getting you fired up. But I think long-term, like he's not like your, I don't know, long-term like a Craig Bellamy or something like that, or I don't know, who's like a Razor, you know what I mean? Razor's like a consistent coach, and you can see that he consistently performs, in that as a coach.
Yeah. Why would you say that? Like, is it his approach to players? Like, is it his style? Like,
I don't know.
What didn't you like?
Oh, like obviously coaches can, they can talk out of their asses sometimes, right? And they just want to tell you what you want to hear, right?
Yeah.
And he was exactly like that as a coach. Like he's like, yeah, mate, like do this and do that, and then like this will happen and that, and it never eventuated. So you're just like, oh fuck, he's talking out of his ass now. So like if I was to be a coach, like I would be straight up and be like, look, mate, you're not considered like for the next 3 months, and just be straightforward. Yep. That's what I think is the best coaches. Like Des Hazard was like straightforward. Yep. He wasn't fucking around. So like, I don't know if I've explained to you about the situation. So we had a game. We must have played on a Friday night, and I fucked my ankle. Actually, I was touch and go for the next week. So what happened was I already arranged I was getting on the beers with the boys after the game. It's a Pong special, I think.
Yeah, that's the one.
So I literally, I was like, oh yeah, fuck, my ankle's a bit busted, and we played on the Friday. I went out to with the boys, and we had a few beers, and I get a phone call the next morning.
Ooh.
It's Des Hazard. He's like, hey mate, how's the leg? And I was like, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a bit puffy and that, but yeah, it should be all right. He goes, oh, did you drink last night, mate?
I heard you on the dance floor.
And I busting the moves. Yeah. And I was like, nah, I wasn't drinking. It's like, oh, is that right? You weren't drinking at all? And I was like, no, mate, no, I didn't have any beers. Meanwhile, I was thinking them back. And then we get into training on Monday, and he goes, hey, Curtis, mate, come see me, mate. Come to my office. And I was like, oh yeah, sweet. Sit down. So how's the leg? I was like, oh, it's a bit sore. I don't know if I'll play. And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, you sure didn't drink, mate? And I was like, well, I did have a few beers, yeah. And then he goes, yeah, because I know, mate, because the security guards called me and told me you were out. Oh, he's got eyes and ears, bro. Honestly, man. Eyes and ears, man, everywhere. So I was like...
Those bouncers would have played under 15s or 16s or something, bro.
He probably coached them,
yeah.
100%. And that was the funny thing. It was like, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm in the shit here, and he's going to drop me from the team. Yeah. But because I was playing so well and performing, he sort of just gave me another opportunity to sort of redeem myself. So he goes, oh, so if you don't play on the weekend, mate, you can tell all the boys why you're not playing. And I was like, oh, shit, I better fucking play.
Yeah.
So, I ended up playing that game and, just strapped it up, Just did a Pong.
Strap it up, bro.
And
yourself even more.
So that that's a good story that I had with him. And I think that's the kind of coaches you want to play for, like, yeah, you fuck up and you do the wrong things here and there. No one's perfect, right? Yep. Like you can only dream of being perfect, but he gives you the opportunity to sort of redeem yourself. And that in that instance, I just said, oh look, yep, like I have to own it, and then you have to move forward, with whatever looks like. But yeah, so I think there's the difference between like the good coaches and that, like the fucking hard, like he rides you, he rides you, but then he's fair, and he's like, how's the family and stuff like that, and can have a conversation with you after a footy game or after training, where a lot of coaches now, like you can't have conversations like just like an everyday conversation like this. It's pretty hard to do with some of the coaches.
Really? They've lost the human factor.
I think so. 100%. I think that's a lot of boys say to me, like the England coach and like South African coach, like that's the difference. Like Rassie, isn't it?
Rassie, Erasmus.
So Rasmus has a few beers with the boys. He rides them, and like if you've ever watched any of the documentaries, like he makes it personal as well.
But against those Afrikaan boys, well, what's his name? Khaleesi and that about
Khaleesi, yeah.
singing their song, like, you know, obviously their cultural song.
Yeah.
But he gives them a spray. He's like, how dare you sing that song
Yeah.
if you're not going to get out there and do it for your, perform for your country.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
And that's the difference. But then he can have a beer with you and loves a beer and like has a yarn with you. And those are the best coaches because you want to play for someone like that.
You often see someone like Wayne Bennett always in the media, and he's getting out and actually having a yarn to the players and stuff like that.
There you go. So that's probably the difference in that question. I think
It's like they don't look at you as an athlete first. They look at you as like a person first. Person, then an athlete.
That's it.
You know, and they show they care by asking about your family and things like that. You know, No, you're right. Those are the type of coaches that you want to play for.
100% like Jobs.
Coach Job,
Go show, baby.
Jobs, baby. Coach Jobs.
No, fuck all, bro. All I'm just yelling, don't be a cat. Don't be a cat. That's my only coaching line, bro. I've got it.
It works, eh?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, bro. So tell us about your time when you like first got selected for the Wallabies. Obviously, that would have been a massive, proud moment for you and the family getting the call up.
Yeah, no, it was good to be involved in the Wallabies camp first of all, and then like playing with some of the best players like Israel Folau and Sekope Kepu, who've like done a lot in the game of rugby. And
He should have been an All Black, bro. He should have been All Black. He was one of the best players when I was growing up, bro. He was counties number 8.
Yep.
Smashing everyone. Kieran Reid was the number 7 for counties, and I just thought this dude was going to be an All Black, bro? And then he went missing for a few years. I don't know where he went to, obviously. Then I just seen him pop up for the Wallabies. Yeah, wild.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, it's funny because everyone has a different journey in their rugby career, or even in your life. You know, you never know like where you're going to be. And Sekope Kepu, like he's a good friend of mine, and he wouldn't mind me saying this, but he was literally like playing school footy at Wesley College in Auckland, and didn't have a gig at the time, and then his agent gave him an opportunity to come be a train and trial at the Waratahs, and he was like, okay, sweet. So he went over to Sydney by himself, and I think at the time his partner stayed back and then later eventually moved over, but he was young, maybe 18, 19. He was playing 8 at the time, and then he moved into prop, transitioned into prop later on, and then he was like a garbage man before that, so he was like getting up doing the garbage runs and stuff like that. Like these are the sacrifices that you don't see or hear about. So he was like a garbage man in the morning, then he would have to like commute an hour on the train and then walk about 15 minutes or 20 minutes up a hill just to get a training, just to potentially hope that you're going to get a deal. And that's sort of like, I think that kind of builds that character and players. These days is a bit easier, your mum's going to drop you off to training now. Like, I didn't get any of that. Like, my kids get 10 times what I had, but as times are changing, you adapt and evolve, you evolve into, you want to give your kids a better life and better opportunities and that, but sometimes, like you said, kids need to be like taught a lesson or need to toughen up a little bit. But so he went through that transition stage and then got to get a contract full-time Waratahs, and then within 12 months he was playing for the Wallabies. So you never know what could happen. Like he's probably should have played for the All Blacks, plays 100 games for the Wallabies. So it's like, go figure, right? But yeah, people don't know different people's stories and stuff like that. So it's crazy when you meet people and you talk about their stories and what they had to sacrifice and what they went through, like the hardship and that. Like, everyone has a story, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good to play with players like that in the Wallabies squad, and like Izzy Folau coming in through like the young. He was like my idol growing up, and he was like playing NRL at 17. Like,
Sharply.
Playing for Australia. I'm pretty sure he played for Australia before he played for Queensland or something like that. So like, his resume speaks for itself as well. Yeah, like how many tries he scored for the Wallabies and how many games he's played. He would have been the best Wallaby player in the world. Yeah, ever. Sorry. So he was the best Wallaby player for probably 8-9 years. Like every time he played the All Blacks, he always stood up. Yeah, So
if someone was breaking the line, it was Israel Folau, bro.
100%, and like his aerial. His aerial game was something to aspire to, like as a winger and a centre. Like, he was just a freak, man, and like he's still a freak now. Like he's playing in Japan, so he's another one, you know, like that is in Japan and, you know, as a category C position, he's still playing and he's like 36 and he's still carving up. If you have a look at his highlight reels, he's just a walking reel, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Hard, bro. And like, did you see Aaron Smith's breakdown of Israel Folau when Ice done that podcast with him? Aaron Smith like talked about before they'll play either the Waratahs or the Wallabies.
Oh yes,
they'll do a whole video session just on Israel Folau. Like,
where he is.
Yeah, where he is.
What he's up to.
Always try and kick away from him.
Yeah.
And then he said that, like, but he's just one of those players that no matter what you do, you can't stop. Like, you can just try and limit their ball time.
Yeah, I did see that actually.
Yeah, bro, it's unreal. Like,
it was, yeah. So like, I got to play with those guys in the Wallabies and in the Waratahs, and that was an awesome experience. And it was a proud moment, you know, to represent Australia as well, because you know Australia has been good to me and my family, and it's been home for a long time now. So to put on a gold jersey, it was pretty emotional.
Yep.
And facing the haka as well, you know, it's always going to be.
Was that your debut, bro?
That was my debut.
Was it down in Dunedin?
No, it was in Sydney.
Oh, in Sydney.
Yeah,
Did you score that game?
I did score.
You did score that game, bro. Yeah, you have a knack of scoring on
debut.
a debut try,
that
bro.
Was a debut try, eh?
Yeah, I remember watching
My
that.
family had money on that too, so
Yeah.
There you go.
I was under the pump. I was under the pump to perform there. You know? So gamble responsibly, guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might get those.
Son, I've just mortgaged the house. Need a school.
Those threats in your DMs, bro.
Yeah.
If you didn't. But now, how was that, bro? Like debuting against the All Blacks. Obviously, you know, All Blacks are considered the powerhouse of rugby union. You know, how was the feeling coming into that game? Nervous or excited? Did you sleep well? Like,
I mean, I was a very emotional build-up, I guess. Like everyone was like, I guess, talking about it, and even the media, they're like, "Oh, New Zealand born playing against Australia, like against New Zealand." Like, there's always that, you know, you see that side of things, but I think I just once you just kind of block it out, just focus on doing your role, and like you've been playing since you're 6 years old, you know, 5, 6 years old in the backyard, and then you just back your ability. And so when you're out there, you've worked hard, to get to this moment. It wasn't just given to you. So those things I resort back to if I'm like worried or anxious and stuff, like, you know, waking up early in the mornings to travel to Arramore from bloody Two Rocks or whatever it was, you know, like catching the first bus at 5:15 in the morning. Those are the reasons, you know, those are the. You go back and refer to those when you're in a situation where you're like, oh, am I worthy enough to play against like the best team in the world that just won a World Cup?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm playing against Sonny Bill. He's an opposite number. Like, those are the moments that you want to kind of cherish, and you say, like, I'm prepared and I've sacrificed and I've earned this. So
choice.
I think, moving into the game, like I definitely was nervous. Coming into the game, but once you put the boots on, it sort of just goes out the window, and then you just play footy. You know, it just sort of comes second nature. But I loved it. Yeah, it was a tough game in the first half. Actually, we were down like 40 to freaking 7 or something like that. 40 at half time, bro. And then we came back and we lost like 50 something to 38 or something like that. Yeah. So we came back in the second half, but it was like the game was like too far gone. But yeah, it was a special moment. I had my family there, my wife, my daughter. It was awesome to be able to run out there against All Blacks.
Did you sing both anthems, bro? Sing the Aussie one, like, did you sing
a little quiet kamate under your voice, eh?
Pulling pukanas, eh?
Everyone's like, oh, once they start doing the haka, you just do it back. And I was like,
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be a time, eh?
I think so.
There's going to be a time a player's going to fucking just pop out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so like,
just don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. Yeah. the wrong actions.
The
eh?
wrong fuck.
Who's the uncle that's had a bit too much to drink?
Yeah.
I've
Done that. I've done that.
I think I've seen it on
Yeah,
Instagram.
fuck, it pops up every year too, bro. I'm trying to delete it from the web, but someone's got it in their phone, I think.
I think someone's got it
Yeah, hard.
I've got everything, man.
right. Yeah. Some scary stuff on your phones. Eh?
Okay, bro. So, like, how many seasons or how many caps did you play for the Wallabies?
So I played 3 games, and then I played one, I guess, like affiliated against the Barbars.
Yep.
So they didn't count that as a cap. So
Yep.
I've played a total of 4 in the gold jersey. But yeah, like those are very special moments and special memories that I'll cherish. And I've got the jerseys still, and you know I want to hand them down to my kids one day, so then I can kind of inspire them. You know, I've got 2 boys and a girl, and my daughter just played rugby on the weekend the first time, and she's 9 years old. So she was like, "Dad, I want to play," and I was like, "Okay, I'll shoot off to the shop." So I went to Belmont Forum and grabbed some boots for her, and then I was back, and then they were about to kick off, and I just chucked them on quickly, and then she was away. She scored a try and got involved, and yeah, I was pretty proud of her. And the boys, they're always just gonna bash heads anyway, so that was a given. The 2 boys, they just go Hundy, as Joe knows.
That's it, bro.
2 boys
just
locking horns.
That's
there,
it, bro.
Yeah,
Mongrels.
Nice, bro. Nice. Okay, so what are we doing here in Perth now? We who are we signed to? We playing or we just
Arcs.
kicking back?
Don't do it, huh?
Arcs rugby.
Might get a few injuries there. Yeah, so I've been back for a month now, and I've aligned myself with Palmyra Rugby Club, just south of the river there. It's a nice little spot. Yeah, I'm there probably to the remainder of the season. And then for the future, unsure yet. We're just looking at different options that can suit me and my family. I don't really know what that looks like, but you know, I had the opportunity to go to ITM, and I did probably turn it down just for, you know, there's a time and place, you know, where you have to make a decision that's going to be quite tough, and that was the one that I had to turn down, unfortunately. But yeah, you never know what's around the corner. Like I said, no one can predict sort of what can happen with your career, and I'm hopeful that something might come up in a couple of months.
Just do what James O'Connor did, bro. Sign with the Satyrs, you might get a title, bro. it's probably a high chance you'll get a title as well.
That was a smart move on his behalf, bro.
That was, man.
It was, bro.
He played it really well.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Because like obviously he was at the Reds, and you know he was in and out of the team. But you just need an opportunity, and that's something that the Crusaders gave him, and you know he's taken it with 2 hands, and that's something that, you know, I'll like when you want to keep playing at the highest level, you have to make it every moment count, you know. So and he's done that in a sense instance, and now I think he signed for Leicester Tigers.
Yeah.
So,
I was actually surprised he didn't get picked in the Wallabies squad. I thought he might
me
have got.
too. Well, there was talks of that, and the coach, he was saying that he would be a good versatile player for experience and stuff. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, no, cool. All right, boys, you got anything for our man?
Yeah, anything else to fire away?
I've got a quick one, bro.
Here we go. This is loaded. This is a loaded
Who's
question.
the best player you've ever played with?
Man,
Both codes.
Yeah,
Both codes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's better.
Yeah.
I think rugby union, the best player I've played with is, I mentioned his name earlier, is Israel Folau.
Yep.
Just gifted.
Given.
Yeah.
Mate, just a
Freak,
freak.
eh?
Yep.
Absolute freak. Like everyone knows like what he can do, and how he does it as well. But he's a real humble person. He's real. He's a good fella. So that sort of kind of adds on to it. So like, you know, he might be the best player, but he might be a prick. So you like, you want to be like someone that's a pretty good person, but also an awesome player. So
Ticks all the boxes. Yeah.
I would pick him in. Union, yeah, and then in league, yeah, well, like I mentioned before, like playing with. Yeah, Jonathan Thurston, eh? Like,
Easy one.
I've just mentioned the 2 people earlier, and like he's just he might be immortal in the next few years. You never know. But yeah, just the way that he played, he was years ahead of his halfback colleagues. Probably besides Cooper Cronk. So they play together in Queensland, dominating Australia as well. So yeah.
What about the toughest players you've played against? Or the hardest players you've played against?
Toughest. That's a good question, because it could be like toughest, like hardest to tackle, or hardest to defend. You don't know what they're going to do. I think in Union, I'll probably say Richard Mo'unga. Like he's playing years above
I love that.
everyone else as well. So he's in Japan too.
Yeah.
He's unpredictable, but you know he's going to play well.
Yeah.
So you know what you're going to get.
He got on the beers with us at UFC, bro. He was sitting behind me and Kai.
These two groupies who got a photo with him.
Oh wow! You should have got him on the potty.
He come had beers with us afterwards.
Yeah. So I think he's definitely one of the hardest players to play. Like obviously he's just slippery, and he's like the most highest point scorer, most tackle breaks, you know, just line break assists. So like when you're playing against players like that, yeah, technically you might be able to smash him, but you have to get to him. So that's I think he's probably one of the hardest players. And then this one's probably more league, because league is like just more brutal. So if I was to say like someone to play against, it'd be like that Manu Ma. Do you know him?
From Parramatta?
Parramatta, yeah.
Oh, Manu Ma'u.
Manu Ma'u.
Scary looking fella.
He
went to jail.
The John Cena kate.
Yeah. Ruthless looking dude.
He was probably one of the hardest players that I played against. Like he was just, it was like hitting a wall.
Yeah, bro.
When I try to tackle him or run into him, he would just throw everything at you. And like you hear about his story, like that's another one. Like it's always about the journey, right? And everyone's journey.
Journeyman.
And he's a journeyman. Like he went to jail. You know, he was doing like run it straight, like before run it straight was on. You know what I mean? So, you know, what I mean? He's the proper OG of like, you know, probably tough, hard nails, and like playing against him. Like every time you like try to tackle him, he would just like try to run through you, not just like run to get tackled. He would run through you. You know what I mean? So I was like, far out. Like when I played against him, I was like, fuck, he's a fucking weapon, man.
Yeah, he's the type of fella like you don't want to make eye contact with. Like you don't want to like, oh shit.
Or even have a beer with that. It's just like you're on eggshells, bro?
Don't want to say anything silly. You might get a clip around the ears.
What was that, bro? No, all good.
I've got to go.
Nah, mean. All right, well, if you boys got nothing.
I got one more, bro.
Jibs.
Obviously, love hearing your story, cuz. I love the, you know, catching the bus to trainings. I've currently got boys that come and see me, bro, that have to catch a bus after school to come and see me. I love that have aspirations the same as you did, bro. What's the wisdom that you're giving to them?
Yeah, like exactly, like you don't know what's around the corner, but I think, you know, you have to be patient in doing so. You have to be patient. You can't expect things to happen just here and now, and that's the problem. Like maybe I was a bit like that. I wanted it to happen now, you know. So it's going to take a progress, but you have to trust the process. You know,
Trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process and go through the process. You know, like just go through it. Fuck, I hated catching the trains. You know, I hated catching the bus. I hated asking my mates for a lift to training. You know, but those are the things that I had to do to get to where I was or where I am. So, you know, there's a lot of sacrifices that. So if I had to say that, I'll just trust the process. There's going to be sacrifices, and then just probably what I mentioned earlier, have the right people around you. So like, you know, you got Joe that's going to help out. You know, he's going to help and give you the good advice. You know, so he's going to be there if you
Hopefully,
you know. So like, have the right people around you, sacrifice, and then trust the process, bro. I reckon those are the key things. I reckon.
And if you fuck that up, we've still got Bali 10s that you can come on.
Yeah, that's it.
If you don't get a contract, and come to the Bali 10s tournament.
Bali 10s tournament,
baby.
Finn's Beach Club. Here's our incentive, whānau.
Nah, awesome, bro. On behalf of us, thanks for coming on, sharing your story, brother. Appreciate it, bro. And all the best for the season ahead.
Thank you.
Sweet, mean. All right, whānau.
All right, whānau, ka kite.
Later, bro. Cheers.